Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of The Weave. My name is Lucas, and today I'll be your dungeon master. If you don't know what this is, we're just a group of friends playing through playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through Waterdeep Dragon Heist. This is our third session, and before we jump into action, let's do a quick recap of what happened last session. Let me just switch to this. You can see our players.
Hi.
During the last session, and you can go on YouTube and Twitch and watch our two previous sessions. They are split in two different videos because they are quite long. We take a couple of breaks. But during our last session, the party, after meeting, after kind of convening together, meeting Volo at the Yawning Portal in less than ideal circumstances, as a troll suddenly came out of the Yawning Portal and attacked the patrons. The party helped Donlan deal with this threat, and then after meeting Volo, they learned about the disappearance, or his friend Floon Blackmar has been missing since the night of Wintershield, 2 nights ago, which is New Year's Eve in Waterdeep. On top of that, 3 of the party members were also searching for Lord René Neverember, and these threads kind of came together as they learned, investigating in the Dockwood, that they had been drinking together the Skewered Dragon. They follow on clues. They visited an interesting gnome shop called Old Zoblob's shop that had all sorts of trinkets. They also visited a place called the Purple Palace, which is also an interesting place, totally different to the gnome shop. And then they also met Maya's gang of urchins that live around in the streets around Pearl Alley in the Dockwood. Following on all these clues, they managed to ascertain that Floon and René had been kidnapped by unknown agents and taken to a warehouse in the Dockwood. They decided to investigate the warehouse. At that time, they were attacked by a bunch of Kenku that were laying in ambush. But with your guile and ability, you managed to deal with the Kenku threat and rescue Lord René Neverember. They had been surviving for 2 nights on pickled fish, pickled herring. And at that point, the City Watch showed up. You had an exchange with Captain Hyustus Staggett that kind of gave you a bit of gave you the code legal, and also told you not to enter into vigilante business, and matters of this kind are better left to the City Watch. But Lord René was on your side. He intervened on your behalf, thanking you for the rescue, and prodded you, so you would immediately go to wherever Floon had been taken. Apparently, the Sanitarian agents had attacked the warehouse where they were being held, and had taken Floon, mistaking him for Lord René. So the situation has kind of devolved into a very, maybe a case of mistaken identity, but you are now on your way to the sewers after learning through interrogation and some jostling of Silas' memory that the Sanitarians had probably taken Floon through an entrance behind the Three Pearls nightclub down into the sewers. And that's where we left off. So, what do? You are behind the Three Pearls nightclub entrance. You had a conversation with a member of the Bull Elk tribe there. After you gave him some coin, he kind of invited you all to come for drinks at a later time, then moved some crates out of the way, exposing a manhole cover in the ground, and left you to your own devices, after you send your dog's collar back home.
I opened the sewer grate as well, didn't I, with a crowbar at the end of it?
Oh yes, and you opened the sewer gate. And as you open the sewer gate, you smelled the nice rank waft coming from down in the sewers.
Right. What's the actual plan here? Then? Do you really want to go down there?
Nope.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's probably not very safe down there. So.
Well, before we actually do go down there, is it really necessary? This is our only option.
That's the only lead we've got at the minute, is to go down there and see where it comes out. See if we can find the Xenopha's hideout.
Have any of you been in the sewers before?
No.
What the guy?
Not a chance in hell.
What
That sounds very scary down there.
Yeah.
Like a
Much
monster.
more
or something.
dangerous though.
Maybe a dragon down there.
So, you've been there before. What was it like? Is it dangerous?
Or why? Like, why were you down there? That seems like a strange thing to do.
Just business, old business. Can't really remember much of it, but
Poo business? A past life?
it all works a bit shit really, doesn't it? So. But, I mean, I'm here to tell the tale now, so I guess it can't be too dangerous. We have no other leads, that's the only thing.
Well, if the Lord Renair is willing to go inside, I'm sure you would not reject the offer that we got at our disposal.
I will proceed.
Would you like me to carry you?
Maybe.
Because there might be poo on the floor. So.
Well, you go down there first and tell me.
All right. I'll go have a look. Has anyone got a light? Because it's pretty dark down there. No, got a torch or anything on them?
Oh, yeah, I'll just pick up a rock off the floor, just cast light on it.
Oh, thank you very much, Billy. Right.
Wow.
I'll go and have a look then. I'll see if there's any poop down there for you. Okay. I'll start climbing down there.
Duty.
I'll
Yes.
turn to Kev and look at the crossbow wound on you. You got shot by.
It's actually on the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
All the way through to the arm.
You're just checking out his body.
You good to
I think it's should be alright. I'm more worried about Millicent. She's the one who took a big one to the chest.
well, yeah, but the big guy gave her a bit of magic after that. I think she's holding up a bit
No,
better than you are.
I'm feeling fine now.
Oh, you're okay. Alright.
Just
Wow.
stay. Do you know how to use this? Take up the hand crossbow.
Can't say I've ever used one.
Just might be better that you stay out of the front.
I think I can. I mean, if things get hairy, I can fend for myself and play conservatively, so to speak.
Well, just position yourself with safety in mind. That's
Yeah.
all.
Bye then. Oh.
Are you down there already?
So you came down into the sewers, and the first thing you see there is it is kind of an intersection, like a junction. So you don't know a lot about the sewers of Waterdeep, but you imagine that being the big city it is, they are quite big, and there's two passageways, kind of like two like pavement walkways. So on each side of a central canal, which is where the sewage kind of like flows. And you immediately look around, you immediately notice a slope, and from your location, you can tell that the slope goes down south, which, as far as you can tell, goes down into the ocean, essentially. And then another section that goes north, sloping ever slightly upwards, and the sewage is moving, but there's not a lot more you can tell. There's a bit of light coming down from the shaft. Now the manhole is open, but you definitely, as you see on each looking into each direction, you can definitely tell that you're going to need some light here, because it just, the darkness pretty quickly surrounds everything.
Can I have a quick look around where I am? Trying to look for anything to do with like any kind of animal droppings, to get an idea of what might live down here, or
Yes, sure thing. Roll a survival check. See if there are any.
Ooh, 16 for survival.
Just realised the error in my drink choice.
So
So
error-
go down the sewer.
But
Well, it's not like this one is a.
19.
19.
It's not frothy.
You can definitely tell there are rats, many that move about, and in this area, no other types of tracks or sign of activity.
Okay.
Apart from, keep in mind that because the sewage it kind of ebbs and flows the level, and you don't know how much movement there is of people, like people that legitimately can go here for maintenance. It is quite hard to track something here.
Yeah.
But you can definitely tell there are rats.
Okay. Does that anything bigger than a normal sized rat or?
Not where you're standing right now. It's like, no, I mean look like very small
Yeah. Okay.
droppings.
I think it'll be alright. Most of the shit is in the canal part in the middle. If you want to come down, it's very dark though, so if you've got more light, that might be really useful.
Darkness isn't much of an issue for me, and those Kenkus didn't leave a scratch, so I'll head down next if anyone else wants to.
Go for it.
Well,
Well, it's going to hinder me, and I certainly like to see where I'm going.
well, I haven't got any torches, I'm afraid, so I can't help you out there. And I'm just going to.
Okay, so you go. Glunk, glunk. It is a bit wet. Sorry, I didn't describe before, but the ladder is a bit wet just because of all the snow that started pouring in as it melted a bit. But it's very hard to tell if these have been used recently or not.
You any good at looking for tracks?
I mean, I just had a look around to see if there's any animals that I could find with bits of rat droppings, and
But more for if they dragged anyone through here.
I don't think you'd be able to find them very easily. It's not very, yeah, it's a bit messy down here.
Any hunch? Up or down stream?
Well, I mean, down is going to go to the ocean. I guess north, back to the seaward, that kind of direction maybe. But I don't know where these Xanathars or Zentarims hang out, so I don't know. Yeah. Anyone else coming down?
No, we're in. We're down.
Oh, Stormother. I'll just have to stand where you've been standing first. Hopefully you scooped up all the poop on your own shoes.
So does that mean you want to go last?
I prefer it.
Okay, I'll go next. Unless you want.
No, you're good.
Okay. Fine, go down.
Okay, plonk, plonk, plonk. You make your way down and you look around and same thing. You two manage to look a bit further.
He's got a light.
Oh, you got a light.
You
now.
should, yeah, give me a light.
Oh, okay. So, what kind of light is it?
It's a magic light on stone.
Yeah, the range. I mean,
30.
30, 60 or
It's 40, 60.
40. It's
I-
not. It's usually double, like bright dim.
Is it? I have my spell book, but I don't actually know where that's gone. I have the cards
Dun
somewhere.
dun
I was looking at
dun.
that.
Wait.
Plot
Yeah.
thickens, we have a spell
What do you
book.
mean?
Sorry, but the
Not-
internet is slow, so.
What do you mean it's gone?
I didn't have it last time. There's a little leather book that's got like all my cards in it for all my spells.
Okay, if it's not in the
No, it's
in the
not.
little
It's
drawers.
fine. I'll look up on you.
We'll look for it.
20 foot, 20 foot. So it's 40 foot. So 20, 40 basically.
Okay, so it illuminates a bit, and it is easier because even with dark vision in total darkness, you wouldn't be able to track things easily. Right now, here, yes, because of the light coming down the shaft. But once you move further ahead, you suddenly need light to look back, see things better. So you go down.
The rest of us go down a little bit.
Okay, so Niall and then
Yeah.
you. Okay, so you're all down there on either side of this canal. The canal is only like 5 foot wide, so you can like jump from side to side, and also 5 foot each like walkway is also 5 foot wide. So 15 total.
Are you alright? Do you want me to carry you? Come here.
I mean, your arms are just as dirty as any of these walls.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Everything smells the same down here.
Your boots, as you stand there in the walkways, your boots kind of like sink into a layer of grime that has accumulated in the walkways.
Come here. I'll go and pick you up.
Looking down at this grime, are there any people tracks
Do
going
you want me?
either
Go on, I'll
direction?
carry you. I've got you.
Make a survival check.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, natural 1.
Natural one. Too hard to tell.
That's strong.
Too hard to tell.
Move the light out of the way.
The smell is kind of like distracting you. But I'm gonna say, you know that your memory isn't quite. There's something off about it. You know, this pain kind of like keeps coming back in waves. But you know that going down south, you would end up in the ocean where there are big.
Grates.
Yeah, a grate, like a big grate, kind of like barring entrance from anything from the ocean. And going up north, there should be a junction further up ahead.
Just a hunch, but you're probably right in saying up north. So it's
Yeah.
going to open up a bit more. There might be some more bigger cavities for people to hide in, more twists and turns before we go down.
People, yeah. I mean, maybe we should keep an eye out as well. It could be any kind of animals or anything down here. You don't really know.
Well,
Big rats. You ever seen a big rat?
Yes, I'm looking at one now.
you'll be right. Rats are rats. Just keep yourselves, keep an eye, eyes open.
So if we were to succeed and find a place that we're looking for, are we going
Renair comes right after you. Last one.
would that lead us to where sanitaries, or where would the lead us? Where would we arrive? What were we expecting to find?
Yeah, I mean, Lord Renair, I appreciate that we're looking for your friend and you're worried about him, but equally, if we happen upon the entire Zentrim or Xanatar, whoever's taken him, what are we going to do about it? We can't fight them.
Well, we sure can, and we will. If that's what it takes to get Flynn back.
I mean, this guy's nuts. He's going to get us killed.
I don't imagine it's going to go straight to their hideout. I imagine they had a safe house, much like the Zentrum storage. It'll be something similar.
Alright then.
It'll be too risky for them to bring people to their headquarters, give the location away should they escape. It'll be an interim place.
Alright, but let's just agree now, if it's more than we can handle, we walk away.
Oh,
So we
absolutely.
can always talk. We can always try to find a trade.
Also, I
Get
mean,
Fluent in exchange for something else.
based on the conversation we had with the City Watch, if we do find them, rather than fighting them, I think we should call the City Watch in. We don't want to get arrested for being vigilantes. Just saying. I mean,
Ideally, we'll be out of there before the City Watch even arrive.
alright.
Better not make a name for ourselves. If we
Yeah.
get caught in two places, kicking up trouble, then it doesn't really matter if we kill them or not.
If we're in the sewers, they're not going to show up. I think his point is we don't want to get in trouble like we did just a moment ago.
Yeah. They already have my name, so I don't know.
Well, we got Lord Renair to speak for us. So
What if he dies though?
That's a good point. So let's make sure he doesn't die.
Okay.
He's definitely going to die.
What?
He wants
He's right here. Don't say that.
Especially if you ask them if they want to trade, they will ask for Renair.
Then we shall not trade now.
Have you got anything you could cover your face with, like a mask, in that instance?
If I had to put my face in the switch, I will, but I would prefer not to.
Meant more like a paper mache or something.
Maybe you could try that. I think that'd be interesting.
Why don't we look? If we end up having to confront them, whoever have them, we surely have to resolve it with violence. There will be no talking to these people. So it doesn't matter if they know who I am.
Well, if there are 20 of them, then I think violence is out of the question.
Then we come up with a plan.
That is true.
And this is why I say he's going to die.
Just steady your blade before we're all in agreement as to what we're going to do. If you pull out your sword and start a fight, in a situation where we're outnumbered, I will not be afraid to leave you in there.
I shall not be rash in my judgment of when to engage, and I shall follow your lead. As long as you don't quit halfway through the mission, I shall do as you decide.
Now wait, then, as a man of honor. You all keep looking at me. I am fine. It's okay. It's only the worst place I've ever been in my life, but
I get the impression that it's gonna be like not the worst place today though, so I hope you're okay for it to get worse. I mean, we're walking towards where the shit's coming from, so
I signed up to that myself when I first met you. I knew I'd get in there. Places like this,
I mean,
my standards have lowered.
I followed you here, not the other way around.
You did. You helped
Yeah.
me balance my life.
This is getting very emotional.
Do you wanna hug it out?
Nope. How about you two lead the way, and then the rest of us go behind. I'll stay at the back, and if we need to risk a bit more light, I can do that as well.
Okay. So, give me a marching order as you move. You have put the minis in marching order. Can you move this out of the way?
Sorry.
Have you got one for Lord Rainier?
Yes, I do. Damn, didn't.
Actually, I assume you'll go.
Give me 1 second.
This goes through.
I'm gonna jump onto the other side, 'cause it's only 5 feet, and then speed marching at pace with,
Speed marching.
well, matching the position of.
Okay.
DM's gone rogue.
I'm gonna pull a candle out of my backpack. I'm gonna cast prestidigitation, make it smell
How about
like.
the gas though?
Yeah, exactly.
Make it smell like what?
Make it smell like apple, and then light it and hand it to you.
I hear farts explode.
Right now we look at you, by the way.
Cerra bien la puerta que si no.
Yeah. And he will ask. This is René. He will ask whether you can dispense with one of those daggers that you seem to have everywhere. I am a good duelist, and I am proficient in fighting with rapier and dagger.
Very well. I'll lead down and pull a dagger out my boot.
This will do. Put his belt.
Just try not to lose it.
I shan't. And I will, in fact, I'll do you one better and get you a better one once this is over.
Oh. Agreed.
Good.
Then I do many daggers.
So was your skin always this colour?
When I was younger, it was a bit brighter. Maybe
Was that
slightly more purple.
Was that before you went into the business?
Around the same time. But as I got older, unfortunately, it has withered into this rather meat grey.
I hope mine doesn't do the same.
Yeah. Age catches up with all of us. That moustache will be the first to go. I used to have one, but I went down just to the sideburn. It's much easier to maintain.
To be honest, I think this will be the last thing to go.
Well, not when you get all that shit flakes in it and they start dropping in your
Let's continue.
So you start walking, and because of the point of reference of the shaft going down, where you went down into the sewers, you can definitely tell that this tunnel goes north-northeast from where you go down. And you start walking for about 250 meters, so it takes you maybe 5 minutes as you're going slow. Yeah. How far ahead are you going?
No, I'm on the other. Because you said
Oh, on
it's
the
two
opposite. There are two walkways.
Yeah,
so you're
I've
on the
got a hand
opposite.
crossbow and a thing. Just
Okay.
so.
Okay.
There's two.
So you start making your way, and you eventually you reach. Who's got the? You are holding the light.
Yeah.
Okay. You reach a junction room that has 4 passages coming out. 3 bigger one, primary, and 1 secondary passage. The secondary passages are a bit smaller. I only have 1 walkway on one side. So one is going. One of the. It is going. It is the one you're coming from, and then there is one going north-northwest, and another one going southeast. And the secondary, the smaller passage, is going north-northeast. So you arrive from the south and you go essentially north-northwest, north-northeast, and southeast. Now, there is no surface shaft here. It is just a junction.
Is the smaller one the one going southeast?
Northeast.
Northeast. You can probably instead of writing it, you can probably try and map it.
North,
Yeah.
northeast,
So I did.
southeast,
Yeah.
north, northwest.
So the three primary
Yeah.
is the one you came from, which is south-southwest, and then north-northwest and southeast, and the smaller one north-northeast.
Where to from here?
I guess everyone have a look around, see if you can find any tracks or trails that might give us an indication.
Or yeah, see if there's any. I mean, also, it's probably a good idea to keep an eye out for any animal movements as well. We don't really want to go into a nest of anything.
Were you attacked by an animal at some point in time that's made you so cautious of things?
Well, no, but I mean,
A giant rat, giant beaver in a dam in the forest, wasn't it?
but you don't know. I mean, if you're going to interfere with animals in their natural habitat, they will likely want to defend themselves. So,
Okay, but we're not going to go shooting rats, are we?
well, no, but you know, if they see you as a threat, they might just come out and attack. So,
Only if they shoot first.
we'll try not to attack them because they're probably just trying to live their life out. So, if we can,
If they're the size he's worried of, I'm sure they will.
but you have to be careful. I mean, you don't want to antagonise these beasts. They might see you as a threat. So,
Yeah, fair point.
I'll raise a bit more light here. I'm going to send three globals of light,
Okay.
just like illuminating the walls and
Yep.
the passages.
As the junction becomes, a bit more illuminated, and you put the globes kind of in the entrances to each passage, you suddenly feel a bit of pain in your head. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
What? Oh, that wasn't 18. I don't know what plus this. 20, non-natural.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, there's something about this. You remember this junction, maybe? And you remember that people that use this for the purposes normally leave navigation aids and signs in junctions and hidden. Can't remember what it might be, but there should be something.
Okay, I'm going to start looking out for, that's... Right, I remember the jobs I used to run, sometimes people would leave little markings, little clues. If there aren't footprints, look for anything that looks abnormal. Stones out of place, chalk markings on the walls possibly.
That's what I was going to suggest. Maybe look at the walls.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say have a look for any of those.
Okay, so you can roll perception and survival. You can help each other. So whoever wants to roll,
I'll help Silas.
it has to be like one perception roll and one survival roll, and different characters.
I'll roll perception, I guess. Who's got the most?
I'm pretty good with my eyes. But then I don't know.
Aren't you good at tracking foot tracks?
Not very good, but I'm alright at that.
Still rolling perception.
So what are you rolling? Perception.
Because I'm looking,
Yeah. You start looking around.
Ooh, that's it's not that bad at all. What's your plus?
Will you help me look for footprints?
17?
17. Okay.
Sure.
Oh, 22.
Okay. So you notice a bit of foot traffic. It's not recent, but there is, in the grime in the central, like the walkways area. You notice there is some foot traffic, and you start following, and you notice it appears to be going. Southeast. The foot traffic. It's not the only foot traffic you find, but that appears to be more of it. There are tracks going in several directions, and you notice that there's a bunch of refuse and moss, like covered rock, that has been upturned because the typical like build-up of moss is on the bottom as opposed to the top as it should be, and the bottom, we kind of like build the grime around it, is clearly visible. So, you know, as if it had been upturned.
Is that on
rock?
the same southeast?
No, it's on it's near. It's on your left where you come from. So on the
Northwest.
southwest.
Okay. Can I go up and inspect the grime to see if there's like anything that's been marked in the grime, like someone's
Yeah,
drawn in with
make
their
an
finger?
investigation check.
+2, 9.
9. Are you moving the rocks or just looking?
I was just looking at the top, see if there's
Yeah.
any.
Okay. So you look at the top, and nothing. Nothing at the top, or there are no marks.
Yeah, we found some tracks over here. Maybe well, there's tracks going that way a little bit, but there's a lot more traffic this way down this route to the sort of southeast. So
Define tracks.
footprints, well,
Human?
bits of footprints. Well, I mean, I don't know if they're human as such. There's obviously a lot of different races inhabit.
Well,
Or
these
do you
because
think it's kind
yours
of racist to
were
assume that
ours.
they're like?
Politically correct for
But yes, humanoid, I guess, if you want to be.
Boots. Yeah, appear to be boots. No, you can definitely tell whether someone is wearing footwear or not. That's very easy to tell for you.
Would you say they were like? When I say they were fancy boots, like are they kind of like?
Wow.
Are they like?
From the grime. Oh, the Nike symbol.
Yeah, but you know, there's like, is it like a kind of two-part footstep with like kind of like more of a heel, or is it?
No. So the only you have never ever in your life see like a proper heel. That's a noble thing.
I was
Most people, you would
I
know.
was helping with this.
Okay, so you would know the you know, when you have like a separate heel from the sole, it's very fancy footwear that it's not common at all. Like most people have simple like flat soles, leather, or even wooden, depending in winter in some places. So it's just flat leather boots appear
All
to
these
you.
fancy people, and no one's walked around in fancy shoes that whole time. Whatever.
It's good that you found something, but I know it's a bit cliche to ask that you're good with nature, but there's this weird rock here that seems to be upturned. Moss is growing on the wrong side of it.
Right.
And I want to have a look.
I can't.
Check anything out about it. But
Before you ask, I can't talk to rocks.
Can you speak to the
Okay.
moss?
No.
Oh, okay.
If it was an actual sentient plant, I might be able to speak to it a little bit, but yeah.
How do you know if a plant is sentient or not?
Usually they like actually like move and do things, rather than just grow like moss does.
I don't think I've seen one of those plants.
Yeah, they're very rare. You don't see a lot of them. Maybe in like magical forests and things, but yeah.
Magical forests.
Yeah,
Is that where you come from? A
Well-
magical forest?
kind of, yeah. But we should probably get on with this rather than talking about forests and talking plants for now.
well, if you lift this rock up, the moss will move, and we can see if there's anything underneath it as well.
Is this a trick? Is there something underneath it?
I don't know. I need you
Moss,
to lift
there's
it up
moss
and have a
underneath
look.
it.
Alright, I'll have a look. I'll examine the moss to see if it's...
Okay, make a nature check. You're examining the moss to see if it's not mossy.
Yeah, not mossy moss. It's +5, but... +3. Oh yeah, because it's... 10.
10.
Yeah.
It's just moss that
No.
grows in very humid places.
Just normal moss.
And it doesn't require a lot.
Taste a bit.
It tastes like shit.
Have a look underneath.
Alright. How big is this rock?
It's probably like this big.
Just
Not
pick it
too.
up.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
what do I do with this rock?
You pick it up,
Yeah.
and yeah, you see on the underside there is moss growth, as opposed to like the top side, which was kind of
Is it
flat.
like a side that hasn't got moss growth on? Or?
Yeah, so it was kind of upturned. So that's the thing. The moss was on the underside, and that's what caught Silas's eye. So as you pick it up, you look, and there is moss there.
As you picked it up, I look where it was.
Okay, you look where it was, and where it was is like the perfect shape of the surface of the rock that is now pointing up. So if you like turn it around and place it there, it would match perfectly the shape. So it was
There's
literally
nothing
like
drawn like underneath where the rock.
no, there wasn't.
So, what was the purpose of this?
Oh, just flip it and put it back down. Match it with the rest of the moss. Put it back as it was. Flip it. So I take the side that's facing
Why
up.
you look at me?
It's just a very weird.
Don't deal with
I
rocks.
mean, is this some kind of test or something? I don't really. Okay,
I don't know if it's
put it
anything.
back to match it perfectly. So.
Okay, so you put it back, and as you put it back, and you're looking. You don't need to roll now. The moss, like as it's facing upwards now, is cut in a not cut. Something sharp, have marked the moss, and you see in kind of like a circle with 10 spokes, kind of like a sun, and a little arrow.
Bing pong. Right. This is the way then. That matches the sign that we saw.
So which way is it pointing at?
The arrow is pointing southeast.
So we've just basically spent more time to get to the same conclusion that we already had.
Well, double the evidence means that it's definitely not the wrong path.
I mean, did you think it was the wrong path?
I had no idea.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, well.
Well, the arrow on this just confirms that the footprints are.
Oh,
The
no,
right
sure. I think the first thing I missed it. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of wasting time. Like, Flume could be dead by now, so just spent all this time looking at moss.
I wouldn't exactly call that a work of art. boys.
You have a point, but I agree that it is better to confirm. If we get lost in the sewer system of Waterdeep, we could end up anywhere. So, well done. Lead the way.
Good.
Come on, big man. You done well.
Okay, I bring the rock with us so nobody else can find the way.
So rock flipping is part of your talents, yes.
Or maybe I should just. I'm going to pick the rock up and throw it as far as I can.
Okay, so you throw it and boom,
Upgraded to
sinks
rock
in
tossing.
the,
Ooh.
in the sewage
Does
canal.
any of the sewage splash onto Niall?
No, I thought it really
Don't
far.
you dare. Don't you
I
dare.
thought it was far away from
Fade
him. I wouldn't throw it
die.
anywhere near him.
Dexterity.
Ooh, 3 pluses. What
Dexterity
is
save.
that?
Dexterity
Well,
save.
No, there's no splash. You, at the moment he lifted the rock, you run away.
And tripped over a pallet.
Not for acrobatics.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
We're heading southeast.
Guess we'll go down there.
Okay, so you start heading southeast.
I snuff the lights.
Okay,
for now.
they disappear. You're heading southeast, and
Actually, that's a good point.
What?
You can't see in the dark, is that what you're saying?
Well, can you see in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see in the dark. Can you see in the dark?
Remember that dark vision is not like totally. I mean, in total darkness you can see like shades and
Yeah.
shapes, but not really.
you have disadvantage on perception
Who?
checks.
Wait.
Yeah, seeing, yeah.
Who here can see in the dark?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
How dark?
Well,
Like, yeah.
enough to make you out in this. It's just that.
Wait, if I put the rock under my coat, so it's now just darkness.
Mhm.
Right, who can see now?
Well, you can
Well,
see.
Wait, I can't wait.
It's a joker. Just.
I'm not sure if he's joking.
Lucas.
It's just a bit sly.
Can I spam Sacred Flame?
What do you mean? You can
Can I
spam?
spam it? Just
What's the target? Is it? It has to be a creature.
Yeah,
I believe.
creature, yeah.
So you can spam it on your party. members.
I mean,
Well, I might be able to see in the dark.
Do you have light cantrip?
Not anymore.
it's okay. It's fine. You two go ahead, and we'll cover the rear. I mean,
Well, my concern was more that just if we're walking through and they've got a guard station, they're going to see that light coming.
I think
I can constantly spam it on rats.
You gotta see the rats.
I
you
got
gotta see the rats.
Well, don't go just hitting rats for no reason. I mean, that's really nice.
yeah, but
I was
this-
speaking to the DM
They're
privately.
not going to be able to walk in the sewers without being able to see anything.
Just
And-
wonder if there's any way that we can mask the light slightly. Maybe hold it between your fingers and just let a little bit out.
I don't think he's gonna be able to see either.
Yeah, Lord Renarin now with him.
Well, we're doing well with the light. That what's your name again?
My name, Genhorn.
Genhorn is provided.
Well, it's not actually my light. It was Millie's light. She gave it to me.
It's fine. Genhorn will work for you. Thank you.
Well, in that case,
Okay.
I'm gonna move a little bit ahead and just keep an eye out before the light can reach.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. You go
And
ahead.
that's
Just watch out for giant rats. If you see one, just back away slowly. Because they probably don't want to fight, and it's not really their fault. But you know, if you're invading their territory, they're probably going to want to fight you.
I'm not gonna get in a fight with any giant rats.
I've heard that if you make yourself big, they get scared.
I'm just supposed to run uphill, then quickly down again.
That's bears.
Do either of you two want to join me going forwards?
Sure. I would like to see where we're going. That sounds.
Yeah, just in case I do run into any
Okay.
giant rats or otherwise.
So you're going ahead, a bit further ahead, Millicent and Silas. You start moving
About 50 feet.
50 feet, okay, so 10 feet beyond the range of the light.
Yeah.
So you start walking, and this is a bit longer. You walk for about 10 minutes. You're kind of like losing a track almost of directions at this point. So next shaft, I'm not going to describe it like perfectly, the directions of the tunnels, but sorry, next junction, you reach another junction that has, this one has a surface shaft with the ladder that goes up, and there are three primary passages, one being the one you came from, and two secondary passages. So as you arrive, you find one of the primary passages to your right,
Like 90 degrees?
about
Okay.
another primary passage straight ahead of you, and then two secondary passages, one onto your left, and one to your left, but a bit like this.
Heading between.
Northwest.
So if we're coming from south.
You came in.
Let's say
You're coming from
southeast.
northwest.
No, but if we
Yeah.
were coming from south, one of them's going west. Is it going northwest or is it going southwest?
No, one would be going east.
Yeah.
The one.
Yeah, like this. We're coming from here,
Yeah.
and then you got like one ahead, one to the right, and then.
Yeah. Okay. In a Y.
Oh, mine's just like different to yours.
Well,
Well, we got
it
the
is
lights.
confusing. That's the point.
Hey, it's great that we all have different maps. We bring lights.
Yeah, and you notice immediately, Silas and Millicent, that there is what appears to be a decomposing body, half sunk into the center, like cylinder of the canals. When they reach a junction, there's kind of like a cylinder in the middle, a circle. And it's half sunk there. The legs are down into the water, and the body, the upper body, and the hands are kind of slumped into the circular walkway, and it is decomposing. It smells bad.
Okay, cover your eyes.
There any more rocks? Like for mossy rocks.
So you're gonna look. Okay. Make a perception check.
Roll for rocks.
Disadvantage?
Yes, because you don't have
Natural
light.
one, so.
Natural one. Yeah, you're distracted by the smell of this decomposing body, which essentially overpowers the
I
normal.
mean, it shouldn't be long before we cover the.
Yeah, of
the-
course.
the whatever meters.
As you're searching around for rocks.
Gonna look at the body, try and identify its race or
Okay,
anything
so-
kind of about it, what it's wearing. If it's wearing leather armor or anything like that.
Okay. So you approach the body as you all.
I'm gonna risk some light in here.
It's starting to smell a little worse.
Yeah, I don't want to alarm everyone, but it looks like there's an unfortunate traveller here in the muck.
What's wrong with him? Is he
Well,
crippled?
he's dead, and it looks like
Dead.
probably been eaten by giant rats.
Oh.
Do you think it's platoon.
So you.
I cast dancing lights in the area.
Okay, so as you arrive, you're casting dancing lights. As you, Silas, are trying to get a good, check if you can recognize the race or whom this might be. Make a medicine check, I guess.
With
Because-
disadvantage?
Yeah, because this.
Oh wait, he's cast lights.
Well, no, you're doing this as they are arriving. So before.
Ah.
So,
Not great.
It's dead.
It is dead. 7.
7. The body's dead. It's hard to identify what it might be. The only thing that you notice is that, sorry, football crap.
Oh my! Came out of nowhere.
There we are. The only thing that you notice is that the chairs has rot. Essentially, it's all rotten, and there are like holes, and half of there's like a really big opening into the chest. You guess you can see like decomposing organs, past the rib cage. You cast dancing lights, and as that happens, one of the globes illuminates, and at that point you see crawling out from the ribs from inside grubs like this big, just, and they start moving towards you. Roll initiative.
What the fuck?
Sweet saloon! 16 plus a lot.
Ooh, 17 plus 3. I think we're joint 20. 16 plus 4. I think.
So
No, plus 2.
Oh yeah, you don't use the charisma for that.
let's see.
I cut with my charm.
What do you roll,
Let's
Silas?
do that. 20.
20. Genholm.
19.
19. Millie.
16.
16.
High rolls.
Keth.
18.
18. Wow. And
We're on edge in the
Don't
sewer.
worry,
Now?
I'll balance this out with a 6.
can I have there should be a black marker there, or any marker.
That's 3 different colours.
Yep. Thank you.
6.
6. And you were 19, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're all faster than this horrible swarm, essentially, of rot grubs that are like just pouring out of the body. You are the only one like, right next to it, so you, Silas, are first to react. As the moment the light appears, you can now see them. You were looking at it and you just, there's a hole there and the ribs, and then suddenly just pouring out of it, these maggot-like things, and they're just coming at you.
They attack living things.
I'll
We're being
try
attacked by
and
grubs.
Attack.
But rot grubs.
Get away from them. They're really dangerous. Don't let them touch you.
Yeah, they within.
You are
Are they
within 5 feet.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
With my short sword, I'll pull out my other short sword. So I've got
Okay.
2. I'll slice
You
once.
start. Yeah, it's a swarm, so you essentially just.
Oh!
Natural 20.
I mean,
This is ridiculous.
What
it bounced off the buck. I think you cheated. Can we ban this with dice?
This is the new fruit dice, yeah.
3 and 4, 7 plus, so 10 on the first hit.
Do I give him sneak attack?
Well, you were looking from
But am
the.
I within 5 feet? Because if I either give him sneak attack or I can run away.
No, you don't give him a sneak attack. You are further than 5 foot. So 10.
10.
So you go phew, phew, with one sword and just cut. Like, essentially, you cut through the rib cage, and you feel as you are cutting through pieces of grub that's just flying everywhere.
Second attack.
Go for it.
16.
Hits. The
Just
grubs.
1 more damage.
One more time. So 11 total, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That last one, you essentially pierce one single grub.
No, I'll stay where I am.
Okay, you stay where you are. It is now you again on turn. You arrive and you see this at the moment the lights up, and Silas is desperately fighting off a swarm of rock crabs, which you recognize. They grow on dead bodies and they can be infectious.
How close am I to him?
I'm gonna say 15 feet.
15 feet, okay.
Because essentially at the edge of the tunnel and the junction, and he's further in.
If I was to grab him, would that be like a free action, or do I have to grapple him?
No, unless he fights off, you can grab him.
Okay, I'm going to run up and grab him and just try and drag him away. And
Okay, so you go in and you feel the big furbo hands in your, and it's just pulling you away. Do you?
I'll
You let
deal with
yourself
it.
be
Yeah.
pulled. Okay, so and as the moment you pull him, away a certain distance, the grabs, like the swarm, which has been diminished with his attack, kind of like, and still coming after you, but they move slowly.
Oh no. Yeah, some fire. We need some fire.
Okay, that was your turn. Keth, you're up.
That's your
We
solution
could
to
do
everything.
we could like do like an awesome slow motion chase scene with grubs just chasing us.
I'm going to. I'm
For all
going
session.
to.
Don't get close to them. They
Thank
can't.
you for putting me
Yeah,
out.
well, they can't move very fast, but if they get you, it's nasty.
Okay, stay back.
All right.
Throw your sword if you have to.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh yeah. How'd you get the sword?
Okay. I'm just gonna cover the rear guard. Just look around, see if that.
Okay, so you're-
look around, see if
Yeah.
any more grabs coming around.
Okay, so you're looking out for grabs, and they are distinctly coming from this.
Good.
From this.
Sorry, they're far away from me.
corpse.
There's like 5 people in the
Okay, Millie.
I'm gonna Ray of Frost at them.
Okay, you go and shoot a ray of frost at the swarm of grubs.
13 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh, they can move slower now.
That's 2 points of damage and minus 10 to their movement speed. And then I'm gonna run.
Minus 10, so they can't move.
They move backwards. Then.
So, essentially, what happens is you hit, and ice starts growing, and the grubs just stop, like frozen in place, and they're gonna not be able to move the stone.
If you hadn't said what you were gonna say, I was gonna stab him.
They're just like kind of like shards of ice growing. I mean, the ones you hit, they just they are dead. But it kind of creating a barrier of ice, and the grabs are trying to climb
Like,
over it.
slide
Yeah,
back
yeah. And then, they slide back down, and they're not able to move the stone. And it's now Niall's turn. Now,
I'll look for the most sinister, evil-looking grub.
okay,
Fierce.
of the swarm.
Now, like,
You're
nine
like
out of
you're the leader.
10. Yeah. Sacred flame.
So you go, and you notice the typical, in a tunnel, suddenly sparks all around it, and they're converging into the grabs. That's an dexterity saving throw, right? They have
20.
-2. That's gonna hit.
Thought so.
So what's the damage?
So 1d8.
And the,
Do I need to roll? Or does it just die? I don't know how much. This is
Write it down now.
Oh,
The higher you roll, the more you kill.
that was 2.
Okay.
Is it plus anything?
No,
That's
no.
it.
So this electrical energy kind of starts coming out of the wall, and almost like a Tesla sphere, and pieces of grass just.
Filth
flies everywhere.
annihilation.
It illuminates the area for a moment, and when it disappears, some grabs are still coming through, but they're unable to move, so they're kind of like fighting the ice. And it's now Silas' turn again, and you are pulled away from them.
Yeah, don't go back there.
I'll step in again and take a step forward.
Okay, you go and try and hit the grubs.
Oh, 8.
The slippery buggers.
Oh wait,
8.
no, that's wrong. Sorry, that's to hit. 10.
10, that hits.
Oh wow. Just-
Whoa, 5.
5. Okay, you go and cut, and pieces of grubs going everywhere. There's still some right next to you.
Second attack.
There is one coming from your toe.
Oh, that is an 8.
Oh, that scared you.
That's an 8.
Mm.
That hits.
Oh my god.
They have -2 dex.
Yeah, they're pretty.
2 points of damage.
2. What was it before?
6.
Or 5.
No, 5. So 7 total.
7 total. So, okay. So, you're still hitting, and there is still a couple of grubs alive.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and back away. No.
Level 2 yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and back away. I'll see what happens.
Back away. Okay, as you back away, the grab that was going for your toe, you move about and you don't realize, and you move your foot next to one of the grab as you're backing away, and the grab and tries to bash you.
Pass died the prey.
Yeah.
Silas.
I'm gonna roll now, right? I'm gonna say.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna roll. 14 to hit.
Ooh, 14 AC. Yeah.
Okay, they have +0, so I roll the 14.
This is really bad.
I have no idea what they do.
I have no idea what to do. But it was
Okay.
either get hit or him drag me back again.
No, it's too late. It's too late for you.
So, this grab kind of like climbs your boot. You haven't noticed it. It climbs your boot, and it goes in between your boot and whatever you're wearing there, your trousers or whatever, and it kind of like goes inside, and you feel as something is burrowing inside.
Oh,
And then you look at your leg, and you see the tail end disappear into the flesh. That's it.
Wow!
Huh?
Quick amputation.
That's it. That was it. That happened. So it's now.
You did.
It's now again Hunter. You saw this.
Do I have in-character knowledge of what I have of Alcala?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you know about these beasts. They are beasts, and you are familiar with what they do.
Did someone have a candle on them?
Yeah. I gave him a candle.
Yeah, I have a candle. Quick! Give me the candle, quick!
Just grab it. You can grab it from him.
I've grabbed the candle. I'm going to try and burn the skin area.
How do you tell? How do you?
It's already lit.
It's already
Oh, it's already lit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you grab the candle, and you go and.
Yeah.
So he's coming with the candle and he's just shoving it in your leg.
The hell are you?
Just take it! You don't want to die!
Skin.
Okay, so you take 1 point of fire damage,
Oh, first damage of the
and
campaign.
you manage to burn, and you see the tail end of the grab as it's there, and you can almost hear a screech, and now the grab appears to be dead, with the last piece, the last tail end kind of like poking out of the wound. And you know that you can just pull it out there.
Just go.
Yeah, you
Is
pull
there
it
any-
out and.
Is there any more left lying around?
Yes, there are.
Quick, kill them before they get him.
And now you are within 5 foot of the grubs because you moved to Silas.
Silas! Can I,
Kev, you saw this happen. What do you do?
I forgot that.
I'm gonna turn invisible.
You turn invisible.
Actually, they have blind.
No, that's it's an action, I believe.
No, it's a bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
But they have blind sight though. That's the. I can still move. Oh, yeah, they would do.
You know they have blind sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that they had eyes.
Okay, so Kev, what are you doing?
Quick, kill them!
I'm just,
Quick, get in there and kill them!
You said I should stay behind.
Get them now! Kill them!
God damn it! I just like
You
walked through.
grab the sword. Sword.
How the hell did I kill this thing?
You go like a butcher. Go for it.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. That's 16 or something.
Yeah, I mean
18.
the swarm had 1 hit point left.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You go,
Like that!
and the last grab kind of like gets
10.
cut in half and flies into the water.
Wow, that was close.
Thank you.
You don't want to know what would have happened if Rent had burnt that thing out.
What would have happened?
It basically would have burrowed its way into your heart
Oh.
and killed you.
Jeez.
He would have been like that guy over there.
Yeah. There wouldn't have been anything we could have done for you either.
Appreciate the,
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we should be a little bit more careful.
well,
Well, if I say don't
Just-
go in close to that beast, then maybe just
it was either that or they keep coming towards us and we
Well,
flee the sewers.
they can't move very fast, so we could have just fired things at them. It would have been fine. But
No, yeah, you're right, you're right. You did me a solid there.
Wise words, big man.
Well, your knowledge of beasts came into
yeah,
great use in the sewers after all.
yeah.
I owe you
Just,
an apology.
You alright now?
I have my shield up.
Like 60 foot back.
You are as far as you can be within the range of the light with your shield, and you're kind of like you wish you could levitate now, so Grabs wouldn't try and climb up your leg.
And I'll just peek above my shield.
And take a look at the front.
Yes!
You missed it. One of them buried its way into my leg. It's gone.
But you okay?
Yeah, it's alright. A little bit of fire.
You should probably wash that.
It's very dirty.
I don't see any particularly clean water around.
I think we should amputate your leg. Just to be safe.
Wait,
Rot spreads.
aren't you a cleric?
I'm a yes.
Don't they believe in like the preservation of life rather than like just cutting people's
He
lips off?
lives. If I amputate his leg.
You can still live without it.
He's fine, yeah. I mean, it's what's the word? When you
Cauterized.
Cauterized, yeah.
I mean, if anything, it's probably going to get more infected in here because of the...
Yeah, the multiple,
So
yeah.
anyways, where from here there's like 4 different options.
I mean, we should look at this dead guy, right?
Turning him around to see who's got.
So
Like,
the,
who is he? Is that Floon?
so
Yeah,
now that
shit.
now that the Grabs essentially all pulled out to attack, they have emptied almost this entire body, and the rib cage, all the organs have like been feasted upon.
Has he got much of a face left?
Some of the face is left. Appears to be human, white skin, maybe brown hair. Floon. Sorry, Floon. Renair. Floon comes from behind. Hey guys, leave it to me. It's like pull for that. Leave me alone!
Someone else.
Renair comes, immediately looks at it, and which was like kind of grossed out by the Grabs and not attacking them, and it's like, oh, thank you. It doesn't appear to be Floon, just based on he's lacking his wonderful mop of hair.
Surely those Grabs wouldn't have been able to eat Fluent in the space of 2 days. I think. I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, mate,
someone else could
my
kill him
leg.
and then someone else.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty.
They're fast enough. Wow.
Yeah.
Naya, you would know. You read through lots of like recurring crime and whatnot, and you know that sometimes when something happens bad in the city, dumping bodies into the sewer is a thing that happens.
So is he directly below the...
It is near the shaft. Yeah.
is his arms pointing in any direction? Just on the off chance?
No, it just you can definitely you can definitely not
Everyone's a clue.
it
nice
fell
sign.
it fell pointing. Yeah,
I've
it's
not
just
noticed
it's
this.
just slumped
Are there
there.
any signs on the wall? So
Okay, so who wants to roll perception
I'll
with
roll
advantage.
I'll roll this time.
And also
borrow your
survival?
How should I do survival?
23 perception.
What was the point in giving you that dagger if you're not going to use it?
To fight maggots?
Well, I mean,
Perhaps-
one of them burrowed his way into my leg. If what he's saying is true, if that had made his way to my heart, I wouldn't been able to help find
I
the
well,
rest.
I didn't know that. Thank you for the imparted knowledge, my friend.
Yeah.
I am in total agreement with our big friend here that based on the fact that you can apparently conjure radiant thunder and you can conjure some kind of frost, whatever that was the best way to deal with this
We didn't
threat.
find you by chance. Like we can do things.
Yes, of course. So I think that to fight this kind of really gross threat, that is best served than my dagger.
That's fine. We want. I mean, your safety and preservation is our priorities. So you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it.
Give me sanitarians and I'll take care of them. Not grubs.
Well,
So as you're looking around as you're having the conversation, and you notice that there is a mid-level, so not at the ground level, kind of at this height more or less, pipe like a tributary. A pipe that just comes out of the wall, presumably going to some building or whatever, and there is moss and bits of on the top side, bits of like plant life hanging out, and then the bottom side, and at the top, the bits that hang over it have been disturbed. They have been cut or disturbed or moved or torn in this pipe tributary. And what is
16?
16?
Pointed out to everyone.
You notice tracks that avoid the corpse. And they follow into the southeast, essentially the same way. So you came from the northwest, and these follow almost directly straight ahead.
Well, the tracks that we were following seem to keep going straight ahead down there.
Okay. All I found is pipe with this disturbed moss on the top. Perhaps there's also some kind of.
Have a check, see if there's anything inside it.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
More groups.
You push on you to.
Do you put your hand in, or how do you?
Inside.
Well, just bring one of the orbs into.
Okay, so the pipe is like this, and the monster is kind of like hanging from the top, have been torn or cut. So
Okay, so
where do you
I
look?
Well, I send with the orb inside. I can
It's a wong.
Yeah.
Okay.
just to light it from
Yep,
behind.
make an investigation check with advantage. Use your light.
Ooh.
Still
Wait,
bad.
what is your investigation?
Well, mine is only 1 + 1.
Oh, plus 2, so 9?
9. You look around the inner surface of the pipe. It is mossy. It is wet, particularly greenish on the bottom side where the water kind of flow. But you don't seem to find anything.
What about the wall, like against where the pipe is against?
The pipe kind of like
Oh,
pokes
pokes
out.
out of the world. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I can't seem to find anything as clear cut as last time, so.
Well, I guess you found those tracks. Maybe we should just follow those.
Yeah.
I went the right way the first time, so.
So where
Yeah,
did
might
where
be
did I
this.
lead those tracks?
Straight ahead.
Straight ahead. All right.
Before we leave, I'm gonna flick a coin on the dead body.
Mhm.
That's good luck.
You flip a coin. Okay. It kind of like bounces and disappears into a cage.
I swear it was the heads.
Okay, so you continue moving
Southeast.
Southeast. It's still a primary passage, so 2 walkways. And you move about.
Same again, you happy going ahead of it, even though we know there might be
Yeah.
grubs down here.
I mean, I've just seen a sign of good luck, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
Dead body rotting in the sewers is a sign of good luck.
Not that. Something else. It's fine. Timor is watching over us. Will be.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
just once again, if you see grubs, don't go near them.
Alright, well, whoever it is watching over us, I'll take that as good as anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see the grubs. You seen a dead body. Don't go near a dead body, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout.
Okay, you walk for about another maybe 8-10 minutes, and you reach another junction that also has a surface shaft. And but the only primary passage here is the one you're coming from. There are 2 secondary passages with only 1 walkway. One is going, so you come in from presumably from the northwest, and one goes into that direction, kind of imagine northeast, and the other one kind of like a sharp turn to your right.
Straight west.
Maybe a bit south, but mainly west.
Well,
And I need you to make a
Death saving throw.
wisdom saving throw, Silas.
It's almost as bad.
You feel pain back of your head.
18!
Okay. As the pain overtakes you, you manage to resist it, and there is a memory coming back to you, and you know where this shaft leads.
The one that goes up.
Yeah. You think you are exactly below Coach Lamb Lane. Coach Lamb Lane in the southern ward. And I can tell you exactly. If you move Silas all the way. You see the gate,
Which gate?
the southern gate.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Southgate there. Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from there, kind of like trace north until you pretty much read the D, the letter D.
Yeah.
It's
The
around that.
Ward.
Oh yeah, the one that's curving around here.
Yeah, Coachland Lane.
We're right at the city wall.
Yeah, right, very near the city wall.
Very nice.
So I feel like that's probably the way to go. Is it? Or
No,
am I-
you know that this is one of the. You know exactly where you are. You remember having gone through here or using this surface shaft to go up and down at one point, but you're not entirely sure where what of the two passages take.
When this is happening, do you like react in any way?
Yeah, there'll be like a bit of a sort of,
Well, they're
Social
ahead of us
stress.
anyway, so we cannot see the
Yeah, I'm
much
just
Millicent to it.
Millicent, I think I know roughly where we are, actually. Even though we've been walking around in the dark for
Is that good or bad?
maybe half hour. Well, I think we're just underneath Coach Lamp Lane, but I think we gotta keep going in one of these directions. Just we're headed quite far south, so the sewers are gonna run out soon.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
At that point, we arrive
I'm
with the
sorry.
lights.
And as part of that, you know that the navigation aid is halfway upwards, like hidden, like behind the ladder in the brick wall or something.
Okay. Right, everyone, have a
We just arrived now.
yeah. Start having a look around because I remember something on this wall, or just the wall behind the ladder.
Yeah.
There's something high up. It's one of these two directions, but
Up! That sounds great!
no, not up
Made
the
it.
ladder, but somewhere up the wall.
Let's just bring the lights close to where you're pointing.
how close to the
You
ladder?
you remember it was the kind of the place where you would put them out was kind of like halfway up, so you need to climb.
Yeah, I'll
it.
start climbing up the ladder
Yep.
and having a look where the lights are.
Okay, so you're searching for something there. Make
Oh, good.
a perception check. See what you notice. Anything.
Ooh, 20, non-natural.
20. Okay. You notice that there is a brick that appears to be loose, like right, behind the ladder, halfway up.
Hang on, I think I got something. I'm gonna pull the brick out.
Okay, so you're holding one hand,
Yeah.
and then
Just hold to the stairs.
you pull it up, and you have it in your hand.
And then look where it was behind.
Yeah, it's just a hole.
Turn the brick around onto
Yeah,
the
turn the
back.
brick around, and there is the circle with the spokes, the 10 spokes, and an arrow pointing to. How do you look at it?
So I then put the brick back in with the symbol facing outwards.
With the symbol facing outwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So
then facing
well done. It is going on the sharp turn west, southwest. So
Back into
back
the
into
dockwork.
this dogwood.
Found the brick. It's got the same symbol. Looks like it's pointing to go down the turn to our right, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, each have a make sure the footprints are going the same way.
Yeah, have a look around.
So you're gonna make a survival check, trying to follow the foot tracks. Yeah.
With advantage, because
Yeah, with advantage. I mean, presumably someone is trying to help
15.
you. 15. Yes, you can confirm that the people. went
Yeah,
around.
there's definitely some footprints there.
Right, it's going to be tighter down there. So I guess now is the time to discuss what we're going to do, or should we wait till we find like a ladder or something?
Made it look like we were going up your big tees.
So do you think we're getting out of here, or
Wow.
maybe you sure we're not like fighting down here? They have like some kind of underground.
Surely there'll be a hatch or something. Like they're not gonna be.
I mean, if
In
they're
the-
secret people, then being
Yeah.
underground is pretty
I
secret.
doubt they'll be just waiting in the
Yeah,
the
but
shit
not in
area.
the sewers themselves.
Hey, you might be right. I don't know. It could be like a little off room. There's stairs.
Yeah.
Might be integrated a bit more.
But either way, there'll be a door or some kind of something to block the smell to the very least.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
They might be used to it. And we've been down here for a while. I'm kind of. It's not as bad as it was when it first came down.
If you
It's been years.
Slightly earthy.
if you find any doors though,
Leave them on their hinges for now. If you
well, there might be something, potentially they could have set a trap, something magical, maybe. I don't know. I can have a kind of sense of it before we go through anything, if you find anything, rather than just opening any doors.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad plan. I was going to say leave it on its hinges because I take out a small lock. If we have to make a getaway, I can close the door and lock them in.
Oh, is that the one you took from the Lanterns?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I actually have another one, but I did take that one as well.
Yeah, I remember you did that.
Okay.
So
you did.
and then with the snake on the back, I think it was the Zen, so we should be able
that's
to
a
get
double,
away.
a double win.
Yeah, get away clean.
Alright, well let's keep. I think this is working, so you two go ahead, and then we'll follow behind, 30 feet or whatever.
Yeah, 50. Just
Yeah.
so the light doesn't come
Whatever.
through.
And then it's,
Okay.
I mean, I can't really see you, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But they might be able to see you, and that is what matters.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna go. Right, everyone just a bit slower, a bit more cautious. Go as quietly as you can down here. Just gonna walk stealthily.
Okay. So make a stealth check
And me?
and use. Yes. Use.
15.
15. Okay.
12.
15 and 12. Okay. You notice that Millicent, surprisingly, they move with a certain ability that you hadn't expected, probably. I don't know. And you start moving ahead, away, past the range of the line, beyond. For about, I'm going to say, this is sometime, maybe 10 minutes, because you're moving stealthy. Presumably you are also trying to be silent or move stealthy.
Yeah.
So everyone make a stealth check, please.
So you're just moving ahead and you're like catching up really quick.
Hey guys, wait!
And Renera makes a stealth check with disadvantage because you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, that shit.
Just take a short rest.
19 for me.
No, he has real exhaustion.
Oh.
He slept bad.
I should
19?
Yeah.
cast guidance on myself.
You can do
I
that.
will.
You can tiptoe.
15.
15?
I don't need to, but I
And?
will anyway.
Natural
It's a
17.
No. Okay. That what is the total?
Pretty stealthy.
Natural 17.
19, 17 and 15. We're doing well.
Okay, you are doing great.
18.
And
What armor are you in? Because you have disadvantage on stealth. I'm in chain.
oh yeah, you don't have disadvantage.
In chain?
No, I don't think in chain shirt you don't. Pretty sure, because I think I got chain shirt.
Oh, you better hope you don't.
I think I got
No,
it.
yours is medium armor. His is heavy armor. Oh no, his is medium armor.
I think you can.
I can check in a second. Equipment, player's handbook.
I'm pretty sure. I think I chose it precisely because
It's a stealth.
it didn't give you disadvantage, but maybe I'm wrong.
But no, yours is chain shirt. His is chain mail.
Oh, chain mail.
Oh, chain-
okay, chain
yeah.
mail. You probably do
Yeah.
that.
I think you do have disadvantage with chainmail. Let's see. Yes, you do.
So it's 14 in total.
14.
Still
Okay.
good. Still very good.
So you're all moving as a group, and you notice that René is kind of sluggish. He's moving. He's determined, but he's looking tired. And from time to time, the rapier he has, because he hasn't got like a proper sheath for it, he's kind of like clanking against the wall, and he's not even noticing. And
Well,
with
we-
your rolls, essentially, you fuck off. You know, they're just
Just carry him.
he won't accept it, but he said, okay, and moves away from the
Keep
wall
the
a
sword
bit.
ahead of you.
Yeah, so as a group, you're kind of moving quite stealthy. You, Millie, and Silas, you reach another junction that has a surface shaft
God damn.
and has. They're all they're all secondary passages now. The one you're moving is only one walkway, and as you reach this one, it also there is the passage you come from and 3 others. One is going, and at this point, because you remember exactly where that was, you orientated yourself. So now, as you reach one, you know that one is going east-northeast, one is going east-southeast, and the other one is going south-southwest.
Say that again, sorry.
So the first one
Wait,
is
which direction are we coming from?
We're coming from
so
the-
you're coming from
From the east.
You're
So
coming
east
from-
to west, more or
you're coming
less.
from the first one. the one that I say goes east northeast. So you're coming from east northeast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then,
And then there is another one going east southeast. And then another one going south southwest. That you immediately will recognize, based on where you are, that this should go to the ocean. The one going south southwest. And the last one is going west northwest.
So it's almost like a crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a crossroads. And
That's that mouse. That's that big rat.
yep, there was a bit rat sound.
okay, squeak sound.
Okay.
Actually, my head got lost.
That
It's
cries
just the
dog-
whole set.
That crying dog noise is really realistic.
You see a ladder. This junction has a surface shaft, and there's a ladder that is going up. What are you doing?
Right. Does anyone see any? Have a look. Millie, will you help me look for footprints?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we arrive a little bit after.
Yeah,
that,
you're
yes.
right. A few minutes. So in the meantime, Millie and Silas, as they're arriving, are you looking for anything, or you doing anything?
One question: which one did you say goes to the ocean? The
This one. The one that's right ahead, pretty
South
much.
Okay.
southwest.
To deal with the catch up, I'll be looking for mossy rocks again.
Okay. Make a perception check.
That's 13.
13.
No, actually 14. Sorry.
14. You don't see any rocks that have been upturned or that have any hint of being manipulated. Everything, all the like the rubbish and the rocks here, they look intact, as it were.
I'm just gonna stand there and rub my temples and just try hard to focus, like look around and just really think.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Oh. 9.
You go. Nothing's coming to you.
And it's bringing back anything as useful as last time.
Alright, well, I'll have a look around for some footprints then.
I'm gonna look at the
Figure out where they
walls.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
That was terrible.
I'm gonna look at the
This is where it
walls,
goes
looking
wrong.
for any,
Okay.
and the ceiling as well.
Yeah. Okay. Roll a perception check.
He's helping me.
Yeah.
I got
Sorry.
He's helping me.
8 survival.
8 survival.
16.
There's quite a lot of foot traffic here, and you aren't entirely sure that foot. They are like kind of one over another, so it is hard to tell. They came from where you came from, but it's hard to tell where they might go. And what did you roll?
16.
16. Nothing in the walls catches your eye. Nothing. No markings. Nothing that has been disturbed or removed or. As this is happening, though, Niall, you're there in the middle, like away from everything.
Religion check?
And you hear from the tunnel that is going west, northwest, from where you are in the intersection, you think that you hear some kind of weird noise. Something is not right. Like very subtle and soft, but you are alert at this. And when you look,
Was that like squidgy poo or like beastly kind of cackle?
something that sounded coming from a throat, like a noise, and a noise that someone makes or something makes. And as you look there, you see a ball, like this big. The light, it's barely hitting it, but it contrasts against the darkness, and the ball kind of floats in the air. Has like 4 tiny tentacles coming out of it. It is this big. It's not very big, and it just comes out. And as you see it, it has a big eye in the middle. It opens the eye, looks at you, and everyone roll initiative. You're the only one not surprised.
Are you seriously that fucking what's it called?
Beholder.
think we
spectator.
have established that the Coca-Cola 14.
Good
I
on
thought
that.
before the spectator we were level 4 or 5,
Yeah, level
so
4.
there's no way that it would be. It would
There are like lower versions of beholders.
Yeah, spectator.
Oh, okay. What's it called?
A spectator.
Okay.
Oh, I've got his country.
It's one way back.
Niall, since you're not surprised, give me your
15.
initiative. Millie,
I rolled a natural 1, so I get 2.
2. Keth,
12.
Genhorn,
18.
18. And Silas,
14.
14. Oh, and we have, with disadvantage, our friend Renee.
How fast can you run? I can run pretty fast.
Probably
Okay.
as fast.
Huh?
As fast as you, maybe?
You can run faster.
Nope. Not until London.
Okay, okay.
But I don't have coming.
So
You're
if
fast
beholders
as
are born from the nightmares of other beholders,
Just
or
dreaming.
spectators born from
Farts.
the
Makes sense, we are in a sewers.
A daydream, maybe?
Oh, shit.
which is born they were daydreaming to remain spectators.
It's so weird that they're born from dreaming in other worlds. What is that?
Sorry, that's
Pretty cool.
okay, so
Gotta
Genhorn, you're first alive, but you don't know what's going on yet.
It's not a strange process of natural selection, but
Surely you would
and
like
Niall,
scream now.
well, yes, but this is the surprise round.
Yeah, I
Well, no, there's no surprise round. You're surprised this round. Niall, you look at this ball. This big, it's not very big. It's like a tiny football
Oh, okay.
with a big eye and 4 like tentacles. And as it floats there, you realize it's 2 of the tentacles are like kind of like charging some kind of energy, and you're like, what? You're up.
So it's down one of these.
It is down one of the tunnels.
How big's the tunnel? 1 or 2?
10 feet because it's a small tunnel, so it has only one walkway
Okay.
and one canal that is 5 feet wide, and it is 30 feet away from you.
Okay. I can syncopate that far, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 feet.
So I will immediately shout out, Storm Maiden, what the hell is that? Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. So it's the saving throw.
Yeah, 13.
Okay, so you all notice you're investigating the walls, looking for rocks, you're looking for tracks. You're like, and suddenly Niall, which normally when you arrive at these junctions, he doesn't touch anything. He's just standing there in the middle next to Renee. Goes like what? And goes and down one of the tunnels that goes in a certain direction. Suddenly, electrical energy converges into a point in the middle, and at that point, you all see, whoa, a ball there. That's a miss.
Miss.
Yes.
Okay, I'll run.
Wait, is it
Royal damage. Sorry, that's
a
Oh,
fail?
fail,
a
that's
fail. I meant. Not a miss. A fail.
Yeah. I pre-rolled it. It was a 1.
It was the one. Okay, so and this tiny football kind of like floats out the way, and only one of the arcing like electrical, rays
Straight in the eyeball.
shoots it.
And then I'll run. So I'm 30 feet away from it.
Yeah.
So I'll run in front of everyone else
Yeah.
with my shield up and kind of put my shield out in front.
Next to it?
No,
In the
just,
boat.
just make sure I'm just ahead of all of you. So I'm between it and the rest.
Okay, so you start running towards the thing. And you all see it's almost beautiful. The electricity kind of illuminates the tunnel, and the shape of Niall running straight towards the electricity, kind of like a darkened figure. With your shield up.
Yes.
Okay, that was your turn, and it's now its turn, and it kind of looks at you, and you can now see at this distance. Well, you can barely see because it's 30 foot. The light just barely reaches that point, but you can barely see one eye stalk, kind of like poking out, and it's gonna shoot at you.
Disgusting.
It's gonna shoot. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's a good one for you.
5.
It is a +5.
Is there like a mini beholder in these powers?
It's gonna be death ray.
That's a 10 total.
A 10 total. Okay. As this thing hits you, you feel sluggish and dazed. It kind of like surpasses your entire body, and your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls. You're dazed by this energy.
Oh, he was going to turn you to
And
stone.
the second ray is gonna go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and Renair 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am 9, 5. 1, 2. Second ray towards you. Me. Make also a wisdom saving throw.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a natural 20. +1.
Natural 20. As the energy hits you, it kind of tries to. You feel it. It trying to impose fear on you, but you withstand its effect, and you're just there, essentially holding together. End of the round, and now, and it moves 30 feet away from you. Niall, you haven't quite, because you weren't at this wall. The guy was. Actually, no. Yes, you. Sorry, it was 30 feet deep into the tunnel,
I do remember.
and you were kind of like in the middle, so you couldn't quite reach
He
it.
didn't run up next to it anyway.
Oh, you didn't run
No,
out.
I just wanted to be between it and.
Okay,
I
so
just
like
wanted
half, like 15 foot or something. Okay, it turns and starts hovering and disappearing further into the tunnel, and now the light. Because of the light, you cannot see anymore. It disappears into darkness. It is Gamble's turn.
Yeah, let's not go after that. I'm just gonna. Who's like within range of that? Because he's obviously running towards it. I'd try and. Oh, come on, let's go out of the way and grab him and sort of drag him out of the way into the.
Oh, well, he is 15 foot away from you.
What's with you? Just picking people up like chess pieces.
Get out of the way, man.
So you're in the junction.
I'm gonna try and just like, come on, let's go and try and grab you. Are you gonna resist that?
I'm slow to resist, I guess.
Well, I mean, you move 15 foot next to him.
Yeah.
You have half of your movement left, but dragging someone is half, so you can move him 5 foot.
But I can dash that, can't I?
Okay, so you can move him 20 foot
So I'm gonna
into
drag
the junction.
into the southwest one, out of the way.
Okay, so you move him back into the junction and around the corner of the tunnel that goes into this ball.
Everyone get in here. I don't know what that is, but
Okay.
I don't want to fight it.
So you do that. You just hear this thing disappear into the distance, and it is your turn now.
That was one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know what that was.
It had big eye and tentacles. It was floating in the air.
Yeah, it's been very nice.
It knows how to avoid all the poo in here.
I mean, I don't think that's really the highlight of what it was doing, but okay.
6 seconds.
Silas, your turn. Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
16.
16.
Oh, it is.
So, you know what this is. The moment you saw it illuminated by this is a gazer. It is beholderkin. They're tiny and they're not particularly strong, and you know that they are used as sentries, scouts, spies, and but it was only. You had never seen one before, probably except for 1 or 2 occasions, because they are only put to guard something that is high value, or because an important member is in the vicinity, or to scout for things that are high value. And their MO is slow them down, keep them away, and go back and warn.
And it's my turn.
It is now your turn.
We can't let that thing get out of here. It's a sentry. It's gonna warn them of our presence if it gets to the base. I'm just gonna run off down the
Okay,
Far north.
you can
so
run
I'm
30 foot,
Can I see it?
and now you can see it 30 foot
I'm
away,
gonna try and shoot it then.
right at the edge. You can shoot. You have a hand crossbow, so 30 foot is normal shot.
Oh, that's a natural 1.
Natural one. Okay, and it's kind of like, and it's turning in place as it's hovering away and looking, and as you go, you kind of hovers to the side and
You
the
accidentally
bolt
shot it as you were
it's
pulling it.
lost into the darkness.
It's gonna try and slow us down, but
And it's now
it's not gonna try and hurt us. It's gonna try and flee.
its turn,
Oh, bastard.
and it's gonna make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, 2. So plus, yeah, I mean 2.
2. Okay.
So
See,
4.
you were the red dice, didn't
You essentially you get shot by a dazing ray again. Your speed is halved until well, no, your speed is halved for the time being, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls
Oh,
because you are dazed again. Same thing that happened to Niall. And
oh, so it's not like at the end of your turn.
no, and it's going to, because it has a range of 60 foot, and you're already illuminated in this place, it's going to shoot another ray to one of you randomly that are
Another?
at the junction.
How
No,
far is
you two move
How far is it from us?
60 foot. It was
Oh, it's
30,
60 foot, okay.
and you moved 30.
Dash.
So it's going to be you, Keth. Ah, no, sorry, it's René. That's 10 is René.
I'll take that.
Oh, no, yeah, it's René. So
retreat.
I don't have it.
René has to make
I have it, but I don't have any spells.
wisdom saving throw.
You've only used
Oh, he fails!
the rest.
René is kind of like pulling out his rapier, and a ray hits him, and it's like, what is that? What is that aberration? No, no!
What's
And
he
then
doing?
he starts backing away.
Okay.
It is now Keth's turn.
Okay. Bonus action. I'm gonna move the lights so they can be, I think, 20 feet apart each. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
send one 60 feet. That's the most I can move them.
Mhm.
So it's right where it is.
Yeah.
Another one, sort of like 20 feet from that one, and the other one 20
Okay,
feet
so
from that
a
one.
chain,
So basically like a chain of
Boom,
three
boom,
lights.
boom, 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 down the, kind of like turning on the lights. Like.
I'm gonna dash and just get in melee range with him from.
Okay, so you dash towards it. Ah!
Stop him!
Okay, you dash and you're right next to it. It is now René's turn, and René just disappears into the tunnel you came from. He's frightened.
The dragon made
melee.
his time.
I'm gonna run 30 feet towards it and I'm gonna shoot
Let's
with
climb
the
the
walls.
Okay, so you start running towards it. It is kind of like hovering away.
And that's 24 to hit.
Woo! That will hit.
Is that a ray of frost?
Yeah, reduce
That's
that
nice.
speed.
5
Yeah.
points of cold damage.
Okay, so you reduce.
And you have the speed or something? No,
Minus
15.
10.
Minus 10.
You go
And my disadvantage.
past you that are right, kind of like reaching right next to this geyser thing. Suddenly, and the creature, it's almost as if you desaturated it, the color. Well, it looks as it kind of gets covered in a thin layer of frost.
It looks like me.
Sorry,
This is gonna look so weird.
that's fine.
It stalks, cramp up.
And it is now slowed.
If we get bigger, someone's gonna make a cut every time we do some that weird stuff.
The face of like expressions in the
These
back.
cramps, man. Genhold.
Is it his?
Where's my...
No, it is your first.
Oh yeah, we just talked to you, didn't we? Are you alright? Do you want me to carry you?
No.
Alright. I'm gonna chase it down then. I'm gonna just leg it after the thing.
Okay, so you go, you turn around. You're not gonna be straight melee because it moves 60 feet down the tunnel, but you kind of hit around the corner. So you're gonna be like 10 feet away from it as you go down the sewers. Niall.
So I can still, it's still 60 feet away from me, right?
If you move-
if
you
you
have to
move,
move
yeah,
like
if you
15
move it
feet or
into the mouth of the tunnel, you can see it because there are now like 4 globules of light kind of
Is
like
it still
illuminating.
half speed?
Yeah, I'll move as far as I can, so like 15.
Yeah, you can move 10 feet. That's fine.
Yeah, and I'll so make a dex save.
Uh,
Save flame.
oh.
Save flame.
That's another fail. 3. You go again.
Big damage! Oh, it's an 8.
That is big
That
damage.
is a lot of. It's getting
Most
pelted
damage I can
now.
do.
Okay, that's actually exactly what you needed.
Troll killer, beholder killer, whatever. Kill all the things.
And the rays,
I'm in front of it.
yeah, the rays of thunder and electricity kind of like arcing from the walls, almost like a circle, suddenly hit the creature and it just explodes. And you have pieces of ice dogs and beholder kin blood all over your face.
Niall!
I annihilate all the filth.
That's good. Yeah.
That was good.
Anyone's got any prestidigitation to get this out of me?
What's
know,
the potato
Scottish.
wine? Do you want to try and wash it off with a bit? I don't know. Why not? It might smell a bit. I don't know what's worse.
It looks like this, by the way, if anyone wants to.
Ooh.
This is the size of a small football.
It's good. That's pretty gross. Yes. Well, thanks for that.
Guessing given it was fleeing this way, this is probably the way to their hideout.
Yeah, Renier, are you alright?
What's that?
Renner kind of like comes from around the corner. Now that he's dead, your days is over, and his fear is. He comes. I was about to go after it.
Sure you
I'm
were,
alright.
buddy. Yeah, no problem.
Kev, if you get all the bigger chunks off you, I'll give you
Sorry,
some
that-
special stuff to help.
That creature did something to me, right? I wasn't my own.
The
I
ice
wasn't
dog,
myself.
all
for a
the
moment.
blobby bits.
It's alright, happens to the best of us.
What's this?
Tired me out.
This
I'll
is
say.
Is this some kind of beholder thing?
It's called a gazer, if I recall, but there's more to it. It's rare for them just to be watching tunnels like this. It means that whatever they have there is of some value or someone important arrived. So, guessing they're holding what they think is Renier. If they've stepped up their security a bit.
Well, nice work, you two. Nelson and Nawadan.
Well done. That was good.
So I pick up my crossbow bolt.
No, it disappeared into the canal.
So I
Maybe
take
I mean, you can muck through the sewage for an hour and maybe find it.
Right.
I mean, I'm already dirty, so I mean,
I love that bowl.
So it was leading us in the right direction.
Well, it was fleeing from husband here.
Which way was it going?
So you're gonna. Sorry.
well, I mean, obviously, we're going northwest, right? That's where it fled.
West northwest.
West northwest, yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna follow that. But,
Okay,
I mean,
so you're gonna follow
makes sense.
past this intersection, where it was
Guys,
going away.
if you just had something that was there as a sentry, it would make sense if there'd be traps as well, so just keep an eye out and move carefully.
I thought that might have been a trap.
Oh no, that was a sentry.
Yes. It shot things at us.
He's
Pinata.
got a
Yeah.
point there. Might be something. Just keep your eyes peeled,
Yeah.
just in case.
Oh, they are peeled as far back as they can be down here.
Well, I don't open too much
Okay.
because of the poop particles.
Yeah.
Well,
How long?
I mean, it would
Sorry, I was going to say how long would this light last for?
I don't know.
It's been about.
An hour or something?
Oh, okay. I think we've got a bit of time left.
I'll cast some light as well. Might as well just. I think you're right. It's probably better to have the opportunity to find these traps as opposed to, I don't know, stumble into them in the dark.
Yeah.
I think they already have a sentry, so.
Yeah. No. Well, I think he came out because of the lights. So. But I mean, like you say, better to be safe. Get there in one piece.
All right. Pinata.
Looks friendly.
So you
Okay, we're gonna push ahead. I
Yeah.
guess the same formation, but with
So,
lights though.
lights. So your globules are like ahead of you.
Yeah,
or?
I'm gonna be like pushing them ahead.
Okay. Like.
I guess covering the
Okay.
all of us, so we all have.
As you
lights.
move down the tunnel, for about 2 minutes, you reach what appears to be another intersection with two tunnels that go exactly south and north, and there is a column in the middle. There is the junction that has a ring of the switch crab and a column in the center. And as we are reaching this point, let's take a break here.
Right.
It's almost like 46.
Oh shit.
Yeah, nice navigation of the sewers so far. For whoever's watching, we're going to be here in about 10 to 15 minutes. Yay! Let's see.
Is anyone watching?
See you soon.
Any friends?
Uh,
Any friends?
and may they find Flynn.
And follow us.